The Skagit Farm to Pint Fest took place on Saturday, March 30th at the Heritage Flight Museum in Burlington. It was the culmination of Beer Week in Skagit Valley, celebrating all things beer. The fest brought together 12 local Skagit breweries, offering new, rare, and classic beers brewed with local Skagit Valley grains. The beers were paired with delicious bites featuring local ingredients. Held from 1 to 6 p.m., guests lined up waiting for the doors to open. The VIP hour was hosted by Country Financial. The lucky VIP visitors were first to taste the special beers and bites. At 2 p.m., the general admission visitors brought total attendance to over 500 people. Dr. Kevin Ware, one of 3 Skagit Port Commissioners, welcomed the crowd to the fest.
There's not very many places in the world where you can go that within a 10-mile radius of where you are, everything you've eaten and drank here this afternoon is actually grown here. It's probably the way the world should go. So thank you very much for coming. I hope you enjoy the beer, and I hope you enjoy the food. Thank you.
I was the MC for the event and got to talk with Julie Bergmeyer, the event organizer.
This whole thing, and she kind of brought Farm to Pint to life. We're going to talk a little bit about what that was all about, how it happened, a little history, and Julie, tell us what you want us to know.
Well, a couple years ago, I was just driving along the valley and looking at all this beautiful farmland and also loving craft beer and finding more about Skagit Valley malting and understanding how they're growing barley in the valley and they are malting that beer and wanting to tell that story. And also I know that there's no other place in the United States where you can go where the barley is actually grown, malted, delivered to the local breweries. They make the beer and you're drinking it right there in that valley. This festival is also about food. So it's about local ingredients and bringing that all together along with our local Skagit music artists.
Okay, so talk to me a little bit about the food that's here. The beer is great, obviously. I haven't sampled any yet because I'm working, but I'm going to. But the food is great. I noticed we've got some fresh oysters, we've got some beef, we've got all kinds of things going on. So who's providing the food today?
Right, so I went out to the community. We worked with Sustainable Connections, which helped me connect with some local farmers. Also, obviously, all the proceeds from the festival today are going to Viva Farms. So Viva Farms also obviously has a great connection with all the local farmers. So we connected with our farmers, our producers, some of our chefs, some of our restaurants, paired them with a brewery, right? And so every beer has a local ingredient, the barley, and all the food has a local ingredient.
Proceeds from the fest went to support the nonprofit Viva Farms, a farm business incubator and training program.
We do this so we introduce folks to the agriculture and all the great things here in Skagit County. We do it to support Viva Farms. And Viva Farms, their vision is to preserve sustainable farming by creating a strong and just local food system. And here to tell you a little bit more about that is their Director of Development Communications, Tim Heimerle from Viva Farms. Please welcome Tim.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thanks to all of our sponsors, especially the Port. We really thank them a lot. Thank you all for being here and for drinking and eating. A special thanks to all the farmers and the breweries who contributed today. So why do we matter? Why does Viva Farms need to be here? We're losing 3 acres of farmland every minute. Okay, if that doesn't scare you, it should. As you saw, no farms, no food. So we want to make sure that we're building the next generation of farmers. So in our 10 years, we've trained over 900 farmers in organic, sustainable agriculture. So we're about growing farmers, we're about growing food, and we're about growing community. And again, thanks for coming, and thanks for supporting Viva Farms.
Viva Farms!
We're now talking with Rick Starr. And Rick, you are with Anacortes Brewing and Rockfish Grill, is that right?
Yes, sir. That is correct.
And you're all the way from Anacortes, Washington. So what brought you to this thing? What got you interested in the Farm to Pint experience?
Well, it sort of started as the Skagit Farm to Pint program. We developed a passport, and you take the passport, you have the opportunity to go all the different Skagit breweries and get a stamp, and when you get to the last one, then you get a glass. And out of that concept, we got that rolling, and then Skagit Beer Week came up, and we thought, yeah, let's have an entire week where we're celebrating Skagit beer, and we should have like a main event that it all sort of culminates in, and it should be called something like Skagit Farm to Pint Fest.
Okay, we're talking today with Andy. He's with Cardinal Craft Brewing. And Andy, what are you serving today?
So we have the winner of the Skagit Beer Week home brew competition. This is Ben's beer. It's called Winner Winner Chicken Dinner. It's a pale ale. And Ben is very proud because he is the defending champion. He's won 2 years in a row now. And there were 45 brewers in this competition, all using local ingredients from Skagit Valley malt and other local places. And we're very proud to serve Ben's beer today. So Ben got to brew on a large system at Cardinal Craft Breweries. So he took his homebrew recipe, brewed on a professional system, brewed a couple kegs, and that's what we're serving today.
It looks pretty popular. There's not a line right now, but there was a little bit ago. So tell me a little bit about Cardinal Craft Brewing. It's not your typical brewing company.
No, it's not. It's actually part of Skagit Valley College. I was happy enough to and lucky enough to have a spouse through the program, so I got to help her with her homework, which was a lot of fun. And basically, yeah, it's a part of Skagit Valley College. It's, I believe, the 4th year is going now. And basically the idea is to train a workforce to walk into a brewery to contribute to that process. You won't necessarily be a head brewer, but you'll at least be able to contribute to the process. You'll know the terminology, you'll know the equipment. You can walk right in and be a productive worker.
Throughout the afternoon, visitors were entertained by Jacob Navarro, the Sky Colony, and Whiskey Fever. The Heritage Flight Museum was a terrific venue for the fest, with lots of open space and fresh air. Visitors were treated to flybys of the museum's vintage aircraft.
Okay, now I'm with Adam, and Adam is with Skagit Valley Malting, and it looks like you're making milkshakes. This doesn't look like beer.
No, well, there may be a little bit of beer in there, some Farm Strong Black Lager, but we're doing a malted milkshake. So it's got some caramel 30 malt flour in there, and then just a vanilla milkshake. And we also worked with the Bread Lab to make some malted barley kind of biscuit cookies that have a little bit of sea salt on them, and they're pretty fantastic.
All right, let me try one of those milkshakes there. I got to try one of them there milkshakes. Let me see how that is. Yeah. How many of these you serve today?
Oh boy, well, at least so far 5 gallons worth. So.
Oh man, that's good stuff. You got to come try this. Can you get this at a regular time, or is it just for the festival?
Just for the festival. We don't really make these. We kind of this is our gift to most festivals. We don't sell beer, but we like to be part of a brewing fest, support our brewers, and then do something fun like a milkshake.
Well, tell me a little bit about what Skagit Valley Malting is all about.
Yeah. Well, Skagit Valley Malting was created to be a farmer benefit here in the valley. And what we do is we work with the barley and wheat that was already being grown in the valley. There's a lot of wheat and barley that's grown in the valley, but now we're able to pay those farmers quite a bit more for malt quality barley and wheat. And then through that, we're able to add value through germination, creating malt, to sell it to brewers and distillers.
The event was a great success. Everyone enjoyed the wonderful beer and delicious bites and is looking forward to next year's fest. Cheers to Skagit beer and bounty.